Welcome to The Next Fitness Thing. I'm Natalie, and I will be hosting today's class.
Lace up those sneakers. On your marks, get set, go! If you are using any type of tracker to track your walk for today's class, now is the perfect time to start it. If you don't have one, we have a timer here that you can use, and it can help you remember how long we have to go. This is a 25-minute class, and we will be walking the entire time. You get to set the pace. You get to choose how fast or slow you want to go today because it's Fun Friday. We want to make things fun. If you were here last week, you already know the rules. For those of you who are new, we all start with 10 points. And we will ask a variety of never have I ever questions. So if it is something you have done, something you have experienced, you will take away a point from your 10. The person with the most points left at the end of the class is usually the winner. But today, we're going to flip the card around and we're going to say that if you have the lowest score at the end, you win. Today's class is extremely special because it's a Never Have I Ever Vintage Edition Round 2. Never have I ever owned a Walkman. Last week we talked about those cassette tapes. You know, that annoying moment where the film or whatever is on the inside of it gets all pulled and you have to sit there and twirl it back in. Have you ever owned a Walkman? And if you have you ever gotten that, or has that tape ever gotten stuck in there the exact same way it would get stuck if it was like in a boombox or in another type of tape recorder? All right, don't forget to take a point away if you have owned a Walkman. Here's the next one. Never have I ever used dial-up internet. All right, people, you ready? Listen to this. Do you remember that sound? Oh my gosh, did that bring back flashbacks to like my high school and probably even early into college days? I'm trying to remember, but yes, I have absolutely used dial-up internet, and it was so frustrating when you had to redial up and then it didn't work, and then somebody called on the phone because you didn't have two different landlines, one to use for the internet, and oh my gosh. To think the things that we have available to us today compared to back then is just incredible. never have I ever owned a flip phone. Let us know. I feel like some of the ones that are coming up today would not only show how old people are, but could potentially show how young people are, because there is a good chunk of time where some of these things were super popular, but they only spanned a small number of years, right? So I feel like if you were born well before a certain decade, or if you were born after a certain year, it's probably going to be something you haven't experienced either way. Also, I really wanted to make this one of those questions about, remember car phones that were like attached to your car, or even the very old-fashioned like first cell phones that like Zach Morris had on Saved by the Bell, where they were like really large and chunky, and it's almost like having one of those cordless phones you would have in your house, like in your backpack. Those are the ones that I was really thinking of, but I ended up with this question instead. Next, never have I ever watched a TV show in black and white. Once again, there are plenty of opportunities for us to watch TV in black and white because of so many reruns that are on TV, right? So comment below. Have you ever watched a black and white TV show? And did you watch them when they like initially aired, or have you watched them since they became repeats? I will say I have watched black and white TV shows, but only when they aired on like Nick at Night or something like that. How many points do you guys have left? Comment below. Okay, for our next question. Never have I ever owned a TV without a remote. Do you remember those TVs? The dial ones or the push button ones, where if you wanted to change all of 10 channels you may have had, you had to go up to the actual monitor itself to change the channels? Did you own one of those? Comment below. If you are enjoying today's class, We have classes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with other people.
You could be my true tag. When you like, tell the DJ turn it up.
Check the Sonics. Gotta take it out. Check the Sonics. Gotta take it out. Gotta take it out. Check the Sonics. Gotta take it out.
We are reaching the halfway point of today's class, so if you are planning to turn around and head back to your starting point, this is the perfect time to do that. And it's also the perfect time to go ahead and check to see how many points you still have left. Never have I ever used brown paper bags as textbook covers. Is this something you have done? Or something maybe you did for your kids? I went to private school from third grade through graduation from high school, and this was actually a required thing for us. So before we were required to purchase our textbooks and, we got to keep them and then we could sell them back at half the cost maybe, we used books from the school, but we were required to cover them and protect them in some way. And so I just remember it was kind of like a back to school tradition, right? I would remember getting all the books, getting so excited about it, and then my mom helping me put nice covers on them or whatever. It was brown paper bag covers until they came out with, probably in the late 80s, I think it was, they started coming out with the different types of covers. At least that was when I experienced it. Different types of covers you could put on your books that were bright neon colors or different styles. How about you? Do you remember that? Was that a thing for you? Okay, I believe we're on question number 7. Never have I ever been to a drive-in movie. Comment below and let us know. Have you? I have not. And I would love to know if it was like a big deal when you were like maybe in your teen or early 20s and like for date night or whatever. And yeah, tell us about it. I would love to hear more.
Put all your stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under my feet. Won't you have a drink with me? We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt, though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing. There's a heat wave.
All right, for our next question. Never have I ever worn tie-dye. I think this is very similar to the question that we had last week about wearing bell bottoms. Even Anna, one of our other team leaders who teaches classes over on The Next Fitness Thing. So if you're interested, head on over to thenextfitnessthing.com to find out more. But she had a question about something related to a style that kind of like recycles itself, right? Like you have it, it's a big deal for a while, then it kind of goes out of style. But then like here you are 10, 15, 20 years later and it comes back in style. I feel like tie-dye is something that just is always around. It's over the last couple years, tie-dye shirts has been huge in our spirit days at school. And I'm sure that, if you have kids, it's probably something you've experienced as well. Let me know, is tie-dye still a thing for you? And was it ever?
We'll be up till late tonight. Love gets another chance. Pretty people holding hands, uplifted by the night. The way that it should be, can let it slip away. 'Cause this might be our final summer day. There's a heat wave. There's a heat wave rolling in. There's a heat wave, yeah. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire. There's a heat wave rolling.
All right, for our next question. Never have I ever owned a Game Boy. Oh, did I love Game Boys when I was growing up. I loved my Game Boy. I remember having Super Mario World. I'm trying to remember the other ones, but I loved my Game Boy.
Cause this pressure's really bringing me down. Try and feel yourself
And I think this is our last question today. Never have I ever attended a protest or rally. This is an interesting one. Have you ever been part of a protest? I guess that was really big when? In the late 60s? Am I right? Early 70s? I don't know. You tell me. Comment below. I think I left you one short today. I am so sorry about that. But please comment below with your score. So I think that the lowest score you could get today is a 1 because I don't think I had 10 questions here today. But anybody who has the lowest score wins today's Never Have I Ever Vintage Edition. Make sure to leave a comment after you're done today's class. We would love to know what you think, and we'd love to know what you'd like to see next time for our next Fun Friday walk. Have a wonderful weekend, team, and I'll see you right back here Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then you'll get to see if you've beat your time or beat that distance. Have a wonderful day, team. I can't wait to see you next time.